Hey, hey, hey. Well, welcome to our very first episode of Dear Football Moms, where it's all things football moms.
Yes, welcome. Whether you're packing pregame meals, navigating these NIL deals, or just trying to keep your sanity during the recruiting season, this podcast is definitely for you.
Absolutely. So we know firsthand, being a football mom isn't easy. It's not for the weak. Okay. And at the end of the day, you're the ride or die. You're the coach from the kitchen. You are the individual that have to handle it all, the banker, the communicator, the transportation person. And so let's not forget, like at the end of the day, you also are the person that have to hold it all together.
And that's why we're here. Dear Football Moms is a weekly dose of real talk, expert insight, and practical advice to you all. And it's coming from straight to women in the game, in the industry that deeply care about you and your athlete.
Mm-hmm. So every week, we're going to come right here and we're going to be covering everything from scholarships to recruiting, NIL contracts, how to really break that down, what that really looks like, mental health, and even those emotional sideline moments that only moms can understand. So let's just get right into it.
So let's get started telling you all actually a little bit about ourselves. My name is Regine Hill. I am a sports agent and an advisor, but I play behind the scenes doing recruiting, operations, and player development.
I'm Albion Brule. I'm a sports agent, business consultant, strategist, four-time author, NIL expert, and I also have background in ministry and mentorship. So every Monday we host a 30-minute Bible study called Purpose Study that we go live right here on IG and all other platforms. And it's really a program that I created to help not just moms, but student athletes to really live intentional, but also cover and bring clarity to those biblical and practical principles.
And I can say the one thing that brought myself and AB together is our shared passion for helping football moms understand the process, but also protecting their kids on and off the field.
Exactly. I've seen firsthand the emotional toll that it takes on a parent as well as families. Again, like I said earlier, this is not for the weak. I've walked with moms through injury setbacks, through scholarship stresses, scholarships being taken away, and the unknowns of the NFL process, or even what it looks like when an individual career doesn't go the way that they planned, right? Moms are normally the ones that have to carry that burden for the most part. And so we just want you to know that you're not alone, because a lot of moms feel like they're figuring this out by themselves, but that's why we're here.
And we get it. We've seen the broken promises, the confusing contracts, as well as the late night calls about the transfer portal. And that's why we knew this podcast was specially for you.
Yep. So why Dear Football Moms? Well, mostly because one, I wrote a book called Dear Football Moms in 2008, and I really think I was ahead of my time at that time. And so we kind of started looking, and with us talking, we just realized that the gap hasn't really gotten any smaller. It's actually getting larger. And because the rules are constantly changing, we find that there's a lot of information out there for coaches, a lot of information out there for players, but just not enough information out there for moms that are trying to figure it out, trying to make decisions. And so when we start looking at the dynamics of the majority when it comes to who really has the athlete ear, who's really educating these players, it really boils down to moms, being that 70% of Division I players come from a single parent household. And so for us, we wanted to make sure that we educate, because we're getting an alarming amount of families and mothers that's saying, hey, I want to get in a game, but I don't know where to start. Hey, I want to help my son, but I don't know what I'm doing here. And so now our job has become, we're going to educate you right through this platform.
And we want to close that gap. So our mission is to educate, encourage, and empower. So if you're confused, overwhelmed, or you just want somebody to talk straight, we're the podcast for you.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking about things like real pressures of college recruiting, it can really become overwhelming, right? And so how to support your son's mental toughness, his journey, and what that even looks like, the psychological impact that it has on our players. And so what to do when injuries happen, what does that look like? How to protect your kids' NIL and image. What does it take to prep fail, and what does that really, really, really look like? And then we're going to really deal with being a single mom in this space, because we have a lot of feedback about what that feels like and what that looks like. And so we want to address some of that. And we're going to even, talk about going to the right camps, going to the right, picking the right schools, how, helping your son make the best decision for his life.
And we're not going to sugarcoat anything. We're breaking everything down for you, because moms deserve to move in confidence too.
Absolutely. So we got some fire topics that we got lined up for you this season. Regine, we've got.
Yep. Here's a little sneak peek, ladies. So we have our NIL contracts 101. What moms must know. We have recruiting red flags. Trust your gut, but know the signs, because the signs be right there in your faces. Mental health in competitive sports. How to recognize the silent struggles for your athlete. What do you do when your athlete transfers? Because that's a big question as well. And then lastly, you'll hear real stories from real football moms that have been in your shoes before.
Yep. And so we'll even bring in some guest experts when it's applicable, from compliance officers to branding consultants, even therapists. And so we want to make sure that we get real answers to your real questions.
So here's what you can do next. You're going to hit the subscribe button on your favorite platform so you never miss the episode. We will be on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yep. And then also you can follow us on social media. Our agency IG is the 818 Agency for updates, resources, and ways that you can connect with us, as well as our personal pages. And they're right here below the screen.
And lastly, send us your questions, girl. DM us, comment, or even email us what you want us to cover. Because don't forget, this is your space as well.
Absolutely. So let's just be real. You're not just a football mom. You are the backbone of your son's journey. And so even though it's his journey, it becomes yours as well. And so I've come to learn that it's very, very important of who you walk with in life. And that's why we are choosing to walk with you through this journey.
So welcome to Dear Football Moms. Let's change the game together.
Yes. Bye. See you soon. Oh, and make sure you share this with all of the football moms that you know. Dad, y'all are welcome to. We love y'all too.